To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. It weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, those years just go by like a broken down bell. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. Believing that living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from the sunrise.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's fucking Pizzle. What's going on? Hey, here's the deal tonight. Here's the deal. First of all, fuck. I mean, who are we kidding, right? Pizzle looks fucking fantastic tonight. Oh, it's just, I mean, fantastic. 60 minutes. I hope each and every one of you are living the 60-minute mindset this offseason. 60 minutes. You know, it's a damn shame. Before we get started, I'm going to put the link to the stream. I want all the fucking geeks out there that have something to say to Pizzle. Go get the geeks. Go get the Mike Two Nices. Go get the Bobby Skinners. Go get the Alex Wilson. Go get the geeks. Go to Fireside Giants, watch Alex Wilson, and tell me if that man's popping 60 minutes on anybody. I want to know. I mean, it's a damn shame there are grown individuals, grown men walking God's green earth. God's green earth. And not giving the ladies 60 fucking minutes. Go get Pest. Somebody get Pest. Call Pest. Tell Pest I want to talk to him. My God. 60 fucking minutes. It's a philosophy. It's a way of life. It's a joke. It's a damn joke. The world would be a better place if we embrace the 60-minute mindset. You want to come on? You want to come on, talk about 60 minutes? Talk about how you're living the lifestyle? You want to come on, talk Giants football? Come on. Where else would you rather be? You know, go get Pest. Go get Kid Blue. Go get Hub. Go get them. Anybody can get it tonight. Anybody. Get them all. Go to their Twitters. Go to knock on their doors. Say, Pizzle's looking for you. Let's talk Giants football. Let's talk 60 minutes. Let's talk Giants football. Let's do it. Go get them. Go get them. All right. Let me get the link. Let me get the link and get things ready. Go get the geeks. Go knock on some doors. Go do it. Teach some people about 60 Minutes tonight.
Outside this old world just keeps on.
Randy Travis, he's the best.
Still the real things are
What a
found.
voice.
Hello.
Hi.
It's when you found the real thing.
Think he's as cute in person?
Found it.
Uh-huh. What I wouldn't give to meet a guy like him. Hey, Julie, want to ring up this Coca-Cola Classic?
Thank you. Can't beat the real thing.
60 Minutes. 60 Minutes. All right, here we go. There's the link to the stream. I need to pin. Does anybody know how you pin it? I want to pin that. I want to pin that link to that stream. Does anybody know how to pin that? I know there's a way to do it, but I'm not sure. You want to come on and talk a little Giants football with Pizzle? Let's do it. Talk about anything. That's the difference. That's the difference. We can talk about anything. Click the link. If you need life advice, you right now you're a 21-minute man. You need to figure out how to get to see. We can talk. See, that's the thing about Pizzle. You learn things about life here. We don't clickbait you. We're not here to take anything from. We're just here to talk a little Giants football, life, all these things. That's what we're here to do. Go get the geeks. Give them the link. Tell them don't be a geek. Click the link. I'm loving this Giants offseason right now. Absolutely loving it. Couldn't be more happy. I have some people that came to my video like they said, "Oh, you Pizzle, you're an idiot. You're an idiot about Dory Jackson. You're an idiot." Well, click the link. Click the link. Don't say it to me in text form. Say it like a damn man. Don't hide behind a pit. Tell Fisk, don't be a geek. Click the link. Somebody go get that geek. He like this. I can't see your face, geek. Shut up. I mean, get real. Get real. This is YouTube. Put your face on the tube. I mean, it's nuts. Have you ever? I mean, and then like Bad Dog has him on his channel? Fuck are you doing? He's a Saints fan. The fuck is you doing, dog? I mean, get real. It is, Nick. It's just a joke. What the hell I'm seeing here on content? It's crazy. Man. Anyways, just wanted to come live. Mr. Mini Guy, he like we talking about. I mean, have you ever? All right, we got a guest coming up right after the break. got a man coming up that actually will put his damn face on camera, like actually have some damn balls and put his face on camera. I mean, you know, this is how men do it. We'll get him in right after the break.
Another town, another show. Wake up on the bus, but that's life on the road. Though the morning is bright, it still feels like last night. Put the Folgers on the cruise. That aroma pulls me through. Like a friendly voice from back home calling you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That rich aroma, mountain grown. The road is long, but now it feels like home. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Awesome. Just paying some fucking bills. Let's get Big Blue in the Bronx on here. A man that will show his damn face. Look at this beautiful face.
Thank you, Pizzle.
What's up? What's going on, Big Blue in the Bronx? This is a man that is not a geek. This man is not a geek. There's a lot of booger eaters out there. It's easy to be a booger eater on YouTube. This man is not such a thing. Don't know how to be one, do you, Big Blue? You don't know how to be a booger eater. You don't know how to be. Your brother may be one, but not you.
Pizzle referred you as a booger eater, Luca.
That's because he's a Jets fan.
Of course.
I'm just beating him up. What's up?
No, I know. What was I going to say? I'm fairly rational because, obviously the first couple of days of free agency, it was horrible. Giants Twitter was horrible. And if you think Giants Twitter was bad, there's this one Chatterman. You remember Keith, right? All Day Giants?
Yeah, yes. I do. Yes, I do.
So we're in this whole website called Uncut Sports News. And I started it with this guy named Jordan. He's a Mets fan. He's a Knicks fan. He's a Giants fan. Mm-hmm. So within the first 2 days, the Giants were not doing anything. The only thing they did was sign Devontae Booker, and they signed Austin Johnson. That was the other one. Yeah. Which just right off the bat, I like those signings, in my opinion, at least, because even the contract. Listen, I mean their depth, but I really don't care. When you sign Kenny Golladay and Leonard Williams, and there's some of the other free agents. It doesn't matter. That's at least my opinion. But, I heard some of the irrational comments that would come out of the conversation were like, oh, the Dallas is doing better than us. Oh, Davey G stinks. Oh, I'm like, oh my God, you guys got to be patient with this stuff, man. You got to just give it out for the next couple of days. Things are going to happen. It's going to be slow. We were not even expected to do much this offseason. Look what we did with the limited supposed cap space that we had. So the only signing, to be honest with you, and I like the signing, I just don't like the contract, is Adoree Jackson. Because, and I know you have your reasons, and a lot of Giants fans have their reasons for liking it or hating it. But I've gotten a mixed review in terms of from Titans fans and some other people around the fan base and whatever. People are telling me he was the corner one in Tennessee. People are telling me he got beat a lot. People are telling me, he always catches up to the number one wide receiver. It's mixed feelings. And the fact that he did not live up, and listen, a lot of picks don't do this. The fact that he did not live up to that, 17th overall pick in the first round of the 2017 draft, something like that. It just scares me a little that the Giants gave him this much money or up to this much money. I'm optimistic. I hope to be proven wrong.
I have to say this real fast, but I don't want to say this, but I have to say this because John sent me a Cash App, and the message is, fly, Eagles, fly. Okay, so you suck, John. I appreciate the Cash App. Appreciate that. Much love. But if you paid me that to say fly, Eagles, fly, there you go. Now I feel gross, and I need to take a shower now. Anyways, here's the thing, Big Blue. First of all, let's get down to the first part, right? So basically what you told me was you saw some guys that were being booger eaters early because the things wasn't happening quickly, right? Things weren't happening fast. That's called impatient men. That's called 7-8 minute men. That's called 2 pump chumps. That's what that's called because they don't have patience. Nobody has patience. You can't get a good meal in 5 minutes. You can't. You've got to take time. You got to take time, and it takes time to build a sustainable roster that's going to be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to get Kenny Golladay in the first 5 minutes of free agency. Like, I don't understand why these geeks think they can just go on out here and do all this crappy content, these crappy opinions. Shut up, and let Davey work. Now, the next point. I hope Adoree Jackson does good. I'm just telling you guys. I'm a Giants fan, right? Just like you, Big. I know Giants fans, okay? I don't know a channel. Tell me a channel, Big Blue in the Bronx, where you see more Giants pride than Pizzle's channel. Tell me a channel. Give me a channel.
I don't have one because you were the first Giants YouTuber that I ever got into. So there's that.
I don't see a channel. I see people reporting news. I see people talking about Giants football, but I don't see Giants pride. Okay. With that being said, Giants pride is about also knowing the community of Giant fans. I know what makes Giant fans click. I know what makes them happy. I know what's going to piss them off. I know what kind of player they're going to like and what kind of player they're not going to like. And I am telling you, Giant fans will not like Adoree Jackson. They won't. He's not a type of guy that Giant fans will rally around. They're only excited about this only because they recognize the name Adoree Jackson. And again, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but if you think that the cornerback number 2 position is all of a sudden locked down, like I personally, no joke on this, I would rather have Holmes than Adoree Jackson. I think the Giants saw a lot from Holmes last season. I think as a rookie, as Giant fans, we saw a lot from him. For me, I think he's going to be a better player for the Giants than Adoree Jackson's going to be. And I'm telling you that Adoree Jackson is going to piss off Giant fans. He's going to. I know this fan base. I mean, you can make all of the stupid like game tape content you want to and say, oh, he made a good play here and there. He made, but I'm just telling you, Giant fans, you're not going to like Adoree Jackson. After 16 games, I actually might make a video at the end of the year and do like a poll, Big Blue in the Bronx, and do like do you like Adoree Jackson? And I'm telling you that poll is going to say no. I hope he does good. I hope he plays well. I just don't think Giant fans are going to like him in the long run.
One thing I want to make a point about, and I said this before, as you know, I do associate with some of the people that you refer to as geeks. I associate with them. I talk with them on Twitter and whatnot, and I like to use stats, but that's not my every move. I'm a Giants fan first. But with that, I think, and I'm obviously going to defend you here and basically promote you here, you need that fan like Pizzle in your fan base, because you can't just have it where everything is realistic. And I'm not saying Cop Pizzle isn't realistic here. I'm saying is that you need that, very rambunctious, passionate fan in your fan
Where
base.
Where are the fans anymore on YouTube? I don't see them. I don't give me a channel where I get fans. I just want to talk to fans. You know what I'm saying? Why is everybody Mr. Smarty Pants all of a sudden? Why is everybody the smartest guy in the room all of a sudden? It's easy to sit here and play couch GM. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, go get one of these geeks and tell them Pizzle's looking for them, okay? Because they won't, though. They won't come see Pizzle because they know that I'm a problem. But, nevertheless, you're right, Big Blue in the Bronx. I just would like to see more fans. That's it.
I think with definitely
the meat church has EDP. I mean, yeah, but
as an Eagles fan, though,
he's an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
I'm talking Giants fans.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, with the new age of football, a lot of people are getting the stats and analytics, and that's what they want on YouTube. Yeah. Which, to some point, I do understand because in my opinion, I know what I'm talking about with that stuff. I'm rational, but at the same time, don't be clickbait and move away from what ESPN is trying to do. For some of you guys out there,
everybody's trying to be ESPN.
That's the problem because, you know,
everybody's trying to be ESPN.
In the last 12 months, ever since the pandemic is gone, you know, however, you know, put aside political views or anything, ESPN has gotten political. They've gotten clickbaity over the past how many months?
If you I'm sorry, but go ahead. I get these urges to say something. Like if you have a thumbnail where your face is like this, I refuse to click it. I just refuse. Because it's like you won't have that face one time in the whole damn video. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, to me, it's stupid what the content that's happened on YouTube now. And like, I would love to have a conversation with some of these geeks, but none of them will have a conversation with me. None of them will. I go to all these people's Twitters and I DM them. I say, hey, come see Pizzle. None of them they don't want none of it. They don't want anything to do with none of it. And so it's funny to me because I don't think you're going to find anybody more passionate about Giants football than it's me. Not saying I'm a better fan than anybody. It's just I'm very passionate about the Giants. And so what's funny is take the Adoree Jackson thing situation, right? I don't agree with us getting Adoree Jackson, okay? But I don't know if I'm going to be right yet, nor do you know if you're going to be right in saying that he's a good pickup. But what I have learned over time here on YouTube is people want you to say what they want to hear. And if you don't say what they want to hear, then they rag on to you, right? So in a lot of ways, a lot of YouTube channels are just lies now anyways, because all they're doing is saying what people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like the Dave Gettleman stuff. It's like when a Dave Gettleman is like people say, what's going on, Jamar? What's up, everybody? I don't even know if I haven't even said anything in chat, but what's up, everybody? Like it's like when Dave Gettleman's not doing so good in the media, right? It's almost like the viewers want you to come out and say Dave Gettleman sucks, right? That's like I can't have my own opinion about him. It's unfair for me to have my own opinion. It's like the Adoree Jackson. Everyone thinks it's a good. I can still have an opinion that it's not the best pickup. You know what I mean? Like I can still have that opinion. Can he prove me wrong? Absolutely. If I think Kenny Galladay's a good pickup, I'm not saying it because that's what people want me to say. I'm saying it because that's what I truly feel, and that's the biggest thing that I think YouTube is missing today of a lot of content creators. People aren't saying what they really want to feel. They're just saying what people want them to hear.
I do have 2 points to make, and I actually just forgot the first one. But Adoree Jackson, and obviously I said, you know, I like the signing. It's just not the contract. And while I was on, this was happening on Monday, and I was on with, you know, the same crew we had from the Boys in the Big Apple podcast, Sean and Luca, and this other guy who came on. His name is Greg. He happens to be an anti-Gettleman guy, but he's convinced so far. He's convinced so far that he's doing a good job. And
yeah, because the narrative right now is Gettleman's doing a good job.
As of right now.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if this offseason goes bad, if Kenny Galladay does bad, Adoree Jackson does bad, right? You can blame Dave Gettleman, but don't forget that majority of Giant fans said these were good pickups.
Just like Saquon.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Saquon. Don't forget. All I'm asking, instead, if this goes bad, don't turn your back on the whole fan base that said, yeah, these were great pickups, and then just blame Dave Gettleman, right? Which, by the way, there's a geek out there, which Mike Too Nice is the one I'm talking about here, who loves to say, oh, the reason why Kenny Galladay is coming to the Giants now is because of Joe Judge. Oh, the reason why these guys are signing right now is because of Joe Judge. He gives zero credit to Dave Gettleman, which, by the way, Dave Gettleman is set a foundation before Joe Judge even got here with players. And Joe has added to that. He's built the culture, right? The thing that Pat Shurmur failed to do. Joe Judge is building a culture where you even are seeing now where a lot of guys, even the I saw a story today about Bradbury where these guys are restructuring their contracts. And in my opinion, they're doing this because they're giving the Giants front office every chance to put out the best team possible. And it really does look like the whole team is like buying in. Like Solder, like you can't. I really hope that if he gets any playing time this year,
he probably
I really
will.
hope. Say it.
He probably will.
I think he will, but if he does, and I hope he does great, because the pay cut he took for this team and this fan base, by the way, this fan base was amazing. And it's a fan base that was, you're on Twitter just as much as I am, Big Blue, that was literally like, get this clown out of here. Get this dude out of here. And this dude takes at least a $7 million pay cut to stay a part, to be a part of this. And it's like, there's not one geek on Twitter right now that would say no to $7 million. And that's the thing, is like, I'm rooting my ass off.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Why are you talking?
Take a look at the help section.
I got Alexa talking. I don't know why she's talking.
I have one too. It's just not on.
Anyways, I have. So that messed me up for a second. I'm rooting for Nate Solder so bad because he is buying into this program, or he's buying into this franchise. He wants to be a part of it. And I really hope that Giant fans who were saying, get him out of here, will eat their crow and root their ass off for him this season. Because, like, I just think it's a big deal.
One thing I do want to say, and going back to that Dory Jackson thing, what happened is that I asked Titans fans on Twitter because, and then I got, not hate for it, but someone just told me.
I actually saw you asking Titan fans.
Yeah. And I got mixed reviews. And this one guy commented, like, when I was doing my show, he goes, well, there was this one time I went to a Titans game in Nashville. And what happened is these kids, they wanted a Dory Jackson's autograph. He screams, "I'm hot," and walks away, and the kids didn't get autographs. And I said, if you hear my cat in the background, I apologize. But in terms of that, that's I don't like that about players. You could be, the biggest player in the world or whatever. When you piss off the fans, that doesn't sit good with me.
Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care about the autographs thing. Like, I'm not really an autograph guy myself. But what I will say is that, like you said, I have tons of Titans fans, tons. And I can tell you, we all have friends, no matter who they root for. But, like, you know how you have some friends that are like, they're an idiot. Like, they're staying friends, but, like, they don't know what they're talking about. And then you've got your friends that are, like, really knowledgeable football guys, and you really don't care what team they root for. They're just knowledgeable football people. And I have friends that are Titans fans that are very knowledgeable about football, who I kind of rely on for any type of information that I need, or just want, or whatever. Like, just talk football, right? And I have not had one Titans fan who I respect as far as talking to. When I ask them, I'm like, what do you think? And you would think that sometimes, also too, when your friends probably BSing you, right? Because maybe they're salty that he's not coming back, kind of deal. I have not had one say anything like, yeah, that was really good that you got him. I will say I've had a lot tell me that we've given him too much money. I don't really know if a lot of people really know if it's fair to say anybody talks contract, because we really don't know what the market really is, right? Well, that's kind of inside information that I think we all wish we had, but we really don't have. But I can tell you right now that I just feel in my bones, being a big Giants fan, knowing this fan base, that in the long run, Adoree Jackson will be a frustration to Giant fans. That's not to say that he won't have his good games or he won't do good things, but I just feel like this fan base will never fully like Adoree Jackson. I mean, it's almost like think of like Evan Ingram, for example, right? Mm-hmm. Evan Ingram makes plays here and there, right? If you watch my Madden streams, Pro Bowler, right? Pro Bowler. And we have a fun time with that. But I don't know what the percentage is. I say it has to be somewhere like 75%, because I still feel like there's a 25% that believe in Evan Ingram. But I feel like there's like 75% of the Giant fan base that are not Evan Ingram people. We know he can make a play here and there, but you can't tell me that this fan base majority likes him. You can't tell me they do.
They don't.
So for me, I feel like Adoree Jackson in a lot of ways is going to be like Evan Ingram, where he's going to make a play here and there, but majority of the time you're going to be frustrated with them. Just what I feel like.
We'll see what happens. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion, but going back to the Solder thing, I know a lot of Giant fans, as you said, a lot wanted him gone, and I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to eat my crow here. I wanted him gone. And then I realized when they brought him back on the restructure, I said, okay, he takes a pay cut. I'm fine because you're saving money on a backup offensive tackle that you would have to go get in free agency.
Let me stop you for a second. Why did you want him gone?
I wanted him gone because I potentially thought, and this obviously I was about to get into, but I'll get into it anyway, is the fact that, he hasn't had – okay, he opted out, obviously. Okay. And then he had the bad year before, and that he really hasn't proven up to his contract.
Okay.
And just the conditioning part as well, because I'm a baseball player, even though football is a totally different sport. I could kind of relate to that because, in the offseason, and I get his personal issues, that's his thing, and I hope his son is doing well. But it just really bothered me that, he didn't stay in shape kind of like he was supposed to. If he was retiring, it'd be a different story. But, thinking he wanted to play next year and didn't totally stay in shape will probably, and as I said, I'm not sure, I'm not a football player, but it could screw up.
Is there a story about him not staying in shape?
He said it on a podcast or something like that. Someone said that.
But I'm sure he's being humble about it. I mean, there's a shape and there's football shape.
Yeah.
So maybe he was talking about football shape, which you got to. I mean, that's going to just take reps.
Yeah.
I honestly think he's going to be a swing tackle for us.
Yeah, he's going to replace Cameron Fleming. And I think if Parrott doesn't win the starting role at right tackle, he'll get the first few games over there on that side. But going on to the aftermath of what happened with what was I going to say? Nate Solder coming back, whatever the restructure, whatever. I said, look, and a lot of Giant fans were saying, you guys cut Kevin Zeitler, but you didn't, kept saying Nate Solder. I said, that's a bunch of crap, because if you want to, sit here and say that, I can go ahead and give you statistics, or at least, give you a good reason as to why they did the right thing. Nate Solder had more of a dead cap hit if you cut him, and Kevin Zeitler had more of savings if you cut him. So again, that kind of evens out there. So, I don't have a problem with him coming back as the swing tackle now. I just don't.
I just feel like his experience is key. I like the fact that, I like the experience factor. And I honestly, I want him to play. I would rather have younger tackles. I would rather have that, of course. But at the same time, it's like, I think he can be a vital part to this team. And from a depth standpoint, it's important to us as well. The fact that we're getting him now on that type of contract with his potential pedigree, that's a big deal for Giant fans. It's huge for us. And so I just really hope that Giant fans that were so hard on Dave Gettleman, to either get the contract, come down on Solder, make this move. I just hope they eat the crow and say, look, if Dave gets fired, I would have got fired as well. That's, what I'm saying? That's an important, because I have to think that 90% of Giant fans are pretty happy with what's taking place this offseason. I can't imagine the Giant fan that's not happy with what's going on. I mean, even the national media, which I don't think it means shit that the national media thinks the Giants are going to be better. They're talking about us on ESPN, Fox Sports 1. They're talking about how the Giants could potentially be contenders, all this and that. They haven't talked about the Giants in quite some time. So the fact is, we're kind of back in the spotlight in a lot of ways. And with that being said, if we don't achieve anything in this upcoming year, absolutely Dave is gone. There's no chance Dave Gettleman stays a part of the Giants if this thing falls apart. If they don't make the playoffs, Giant fans will burn him at the stake, and it's not fair because they've pretty much picked all of the all of the players that Davis went out and got.
Yeah.
I mean, except for I don't know what do you think Giant fans wanted to do at the backup running back position? Obviously, Booker might not have been the name, but like I don't know who are they clamoring for? Mark Ingram? I know
Mark Ingram was one of them.
I know Kid Blue was talking about Mark Ingram, but Mark Ingram's 30 plus years old.
I was half and half on him.
He's got no tread on the tires.
What was I going to say? The other one, there was James White was available. I wasn't crazy about him. I forgot who I had at the backup running back market, but I would not have had a problem with bringing back somebody if it was cheap like Alfred Morris. I mean, but Devontae Booker, in my opinion, is still a solid backup. And going back, and I kind of want to stretch this to another point that I'm not going to toot my own horn here. I don't get a lot of these, so-called beat interviews, but a lot of Giant fans and content creators, I really wish they would call out the beat media more and kind of stretch the difference.
They're not going to do that, though, Big Blue. They need the clout.
I'm just saying, stretch the difference between the beat media and themselves, if that's what they're trying to get away from. And I'll explain why.
But they don't want that, though. They want to be – I don't mean to interrupt. They want the retweet. They want the beat writer to retweet what they said. They want the clout.
And with that, because I've counted it a couple of times, Jordan Ronan, we all hate as Giants content creators, or should, but there's some people out there that just, I guess, like him as fans. But anyway, he said at the first part of the free agency, I think it was Monday, he said, the Giants are expected to have interest in these players. Hassan Reddick was one of them. Cordell Patterson was another. He had like 3 at each position regarding edge, regarding corner, regarding wide receiver. Hassan Reddick gets signed by the Panthers to a 1-year contract. Goes out and says, Giants were never interested. I'm like, really? And I screenshotted that just in case he decided to delete that tweet. Another one. Was Zach Rosenblatt and all these other beat reporters collaborating. Giants are not expected to target a top-tier wide receiver, more likely mid-tier, and then take it into the draft. Then what happened is that Josina Anderson and all these other, higher-up reporters started saying, the Giants are interested in Galladay. They're going to bring him in for a visit. Then they started going on that train like they actually knew that was going to happen. Meanwhile, they were saying the opposite thing. So again, I really just hope that Giants fans go on that train. But once again, I mean, I don't really have faith.
I'm actually not that bothered by Jordan Renan. I'm honestly not. I think when he came out with that opinion about YouTubers stealing his, some of their work, that's 100% correct. Like he's not lying. I'm not saying let me back up. I'm not saying he's 100% correct, but there is some truth to that. Okay. So I don't always get behind the beat writers. Which one's the Eagles fan?
Matt Lombardo. I dislike him.
Yeah. Him and I got problems, but I just, I take with what they say because obviously the Giants feed them information. Sometimes some of the information's probably true and some of it's not, right? Maybe that information came out where they didn't want to show everybody how much they loved Kenny Galladay, so they go out and sign John Ross. Another team thinks, well, maybe they're not in for the Galladay sweepstakes, if you will. And obviously that way nobody's trying to outbid the Giants, drive the price up, and we get them at the price that, some people may think that we overpaid, but I think getting Kenny Galladay was so important that the number doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, and I just hope that hope it pans out.
I think definitely. And you shouted me out in the video because I obviously was a big anti this. Mm-hmm. During the whole Deshaun Watson thing, when the Giants fans were like, we need to trade for Watson.
That was gross.
That was pretty much where I kind of define that opinion. People need to start stretching the difference between YouTubers and beat reporters, because that's when they started coming out with the clickbait content. That's when I started noticing it more. I'm like, you know what, guys, I just don't understand where people or fans just go to them and say, hey, they don't have a personality. And I've rambled on this with a couple of content creators before outside of the fan base. Unfortunately, they're not very nice, but that's a different story. I've bonded with a different set of content creators, basically saying the same thing. And this group of people are very outspoken against those type of people, as being Jet fans and whatnot. They're very outspoken against the beat media. They criticize them all the time. They still get views. Hell yeah. I mean, they got how many subscribers on YouTube and whatever. But it's just that pretty much did it for me in terms of clickbait and that stuff. I'm like, people need to see the difference right now. Some people really need to see the light.
Well, Big Blue in the Bronx, I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to get on to the next guest. Thank you so much. Excellent content. Please go subscribe to his channel. You want to give a shout out real fast?
Yeah, sure. So I don't mean to self promote, but anyway,
get it out.
So I'm putting aside the podcast for a couple of weeks because I have a lot of big stuff coming in my life. So I'm just doing videos for right now. Tomorrow I'll probably grade the Giants offseason because, I think it was a good offseason either way. Definitely check out every Monday, Boys in the Big Apple podcast. We'll talk about a load of topics next Monday. We're going to have a Yankees reporter on, and it's not like clickbait reporter. It's more of like, when minor league teams started shutting down and the Staten Island Yankees shut down, this guy had the story. So we're going to find out more about that, and then obviously preview the Yankees before opening day next Thursday. So, Pizzle, I once again enjoy coming on here and talking Giants with you.
Thank you, Big Blue in the Bronx. I always love talking to my man, Big Blue in the Bronx. What a guy. Nick the Wick, your mic's muted.
What's going on, Pizzle?
What's up, Nick? Man, look at you. Big supporter of my channel. Always see you around. What's happening, man?
Nothing much, just chilling.
You watching the Knicks tonight?
Sadly, yes.
What's happening? What's going on with them?
We're losing by 12 at halftime.
Are they not being 60-minute men?
They're not. Not tonight.
What's happening to them? Are they going to make the playoffs?
I mean, you got to hope for it.
I really would like that Brooklyn Nets, New York Knicks playoff game. I'd really like that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
We lost a few heartbreakers to Philly, which had me over the edge, too. We lost by 1 in overtime off a BS foul call. Mm-hmm. I was going nuts, man.
Mm-hmm. What do you got tonight? What do you got? What do you want to say?
I don't know. I just want to come on and
show your
watch
face.
some Giants football.
Thank you for showing your face.
Yeah, it's my first time on, so.
There's a lot of cats out there on YouTube that are scared to show their face. They make these outlandish claims, but they won't put their face out there. It's crazy, isn't it? It's nuts. It's nuts. It's like, man, it's YouTube. It's YouTube. But you on the tube. That's it's literally what it's called. So what are you gonna start being on cam more often? You gonna start popping in people's streams and be on
cam? I've been actually coming on a lot of Knicks streams now because I'm like full Nick mode. Mm-hmm. It depends on the season really for me. I look forward to coming on a lot more.
Okay. How do we like the Giants offseason? You can be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm a huge Dave Gettleman fan, right? I'm gonna back him no matter what.
Okay.
A lot of people were getting on him for the Devontae Booker signing. Mm-hmm. And so why wouldn't we just pay Gallman that money? Because A, Devontae Booker is a special teams player. B, he can pass block. And C, he's more of a threat in the backfield to be a pass catcher. As far as Leonard Williams.
Is he really a special teams player?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons why I like him.
Okay.
And I actually watched the Jets versus there wasn't the Jets, but it was a Jets Raiders game, and Josh Jacobs didn't play, and man, Devontae Booker was running really hard. That's one thing I liked about him, but
at the end of the day, it's like anybody that gets upset about the backup running back when we've got Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah, I know.
You're just being a little. Give me a little ticky-tacky, but, we'll go ahead.
I mean, the Galladay move needed to be done. It gives us so much more draft freedom. Leonard Williams, I'm glad he got done.
Yeah, I am too.
I think he deserves it, but he's got to prove to us he's worth it this year. If he comes out and has bad year, Giants fans will be ragging on Dave Gettleman.
Yeah, but the thing about Leonard Williams is, and I don't know how many other content creators are talking about it, Leonard Williams was such a no-win situation for Dave Gettleman. He really was. Because if he walks and goes somewhere else, they beat him up about the trade. If he signs him and he doesn't play good, then they just beat him up. And then if Leonard Williams signed, which he did, and he plays good, everybody will just give Joe Judge credit. So it's literally a lose-lose situation for poor old Dave Gettleman. But, us true 60-minute men are going to know that Dave is the one that made that happen. Dave is the one that got him here. Dave is the one that secured him, and I'm glad that he did. And I honestly hope he goes out there and shines. I really do.
I do too.
Because honestly, he didn't look all that great of a player as a Jet. And it's another Dave Gettleman move where people are like, "What are you doing?" And it's kind of coming to fruition that it was actually a really smart thing. Yeah. It really was. I mean, because obviously he played good enough and earned the right for the contract that he got. So
I agree.
I think there were some Giant fans that when he first got here, they were like, "What is this?" to now saying we've got to keep him.
I mean, just watching Leonard Williams play before he got traded. I mean, I was sitting at my lunch table in school and I got a notification. I was excited because I knew how much upside he had. Mm-hmm. And he was playing on a very bad Jets team, and I feel, at the time I thought it was a steal for what we got him for, because Leonard Williams was what, top 10? He was like 6 overall pick, something like that.
I think he was a 6 overall pick.
Yeah. Somebody
can correct me or correct both me and Nick, or Nick and I, if we're wrong on that. But I think he was.
Yeah. I mean, one thing we got to address is I don't necessarily believe in Austin Johnson or BJ Hill, to be completely honest.
Okay.
I feel
Austin Johnson or BJ Hill you don't believe in?
Neither of them really.
Well, Austin Johnson is meant to be a run stopper.
Yeah.
You're not. I mean, he's not going to come in here and get a bunch of sacks. He's meant to be a run stopper.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of his goal, and that's an unappreciated thing. It's very unappreciated because obviously, nobody cares if you're just stopping. I mean, it doesn't look good in the stats. Booger eaters like Mike Too Nice can't do these stupid clickbait game tape videos with it. It's just you need those kind of guys though that are going to be grinders and be run stoppers. As far as BJ Hill, I thought we'd see more from BJ Hill a year ago, and I don't know how the Giants truly felt about him. I know as a fan, I feel like he kind of disappeared. I'm not saying he didn't try. I'm just saying I thought other players were kind of outshining. Maybe he was playing his role in Graham's defense. So I don't want to say that he was doing a bad job, but it's just like there were so many guys making plays on the defensive side that you didn't hear a lot about BJ Hill.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, you just kind of forgot that even BJ was even on the team. Again, that's not to say that he wasn't doing his job, but there were just a lot of good playmakers on the defense last year. Blake Martinez, James Bradbury, Logan Ryan. These guys were making plays for the Giants. And so he just kind of got lost.
Yeah. And I think Dalvin Tomlinson's strong play was a big part of that.
Yeah. And I hate that Dalvin Tomlinson,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just sucks because it's the business of football.
He wanted to be back with the Giants.
Yeah, I have no doubt that he wanted to, but It is what it is.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he is replaceable, but the thing for me was he was a leader.
Captain.
And, yeah, he was a captain on the defense.
Captain.
And that's something, I mean, it's going to be hard to replace. I mean, that aspect. I mean, you got to really find the right kind of guy. And, I mean, Dalvin's a really humble guy. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but, I mean, I've talked to him a few times. I mean, he's been nothing but good and super humble. So it's one of the things I really like about him.
Well, Nick, I'm going to let you get back to your Knicks basketball. I know it's important. We got to make a playoff push. And I appreciate the support, man. You've always been really awesome on my channel. You've always been a great supporter. So I just want you to know that I appreciate it. And I will we'll talk to you again soon. I'm glad to see you on camera too. Look at you. How good you look. You look like $1 million over there.
I'll be back on for sure.
All right, Nick. Enjoy the Nick game. Good to see Nick the Wick. My man. Big support. Nick is such a great – Nick is – he is one of my favorites that I've got on here that's always – it's like every time I got a video going up, anytime I'm live, maybe if I'm on Madden or if I'm live here or just I got a video out, Nick is always commenting. He's always being a part of the show. He's always doing it. So I appreciate his support. It's good to have guys out there that understand what the hell we're doing here. You know what I mean? Understand what's going on. Now, let me say this about the draft while we got a little break between guests. What I'm excited about, like I honestly, for the first time in a long time, I'm really excited about what the Giants are going to do in the first round of this draft. You know, and obviously during the season, I don't usually like to talk about draft, but now is the time we can talk about draft, right? And so what's interesting about this is in a lot of previous years, was I excited when the Giants drafted Saquon? Yeah, but I already knew the Giants were drafting Saquon. Like that was like a foregone conclusion, right? When we drafted Daniel Jones, obviously, did we know that we were going to draft him that early? No, but I think that he was on the radar. We just didn't know exactly where. So kind of like that was kind of expected. Like I was expecting us to get a quarterback in the first round of that draft. So for me, I have lost all sense of idea of what the Giants are possibly going to do in the first round. So I have seen some of you guys talk about Parsons. Being a Giants fan, and a lot of you guys are Giants fans, when's the last time the Giants drafted a linebacker in the first round? I mean, holy smokes. It's like I have wanted the Giants to draft a linebacker in the first round for a decade. A damn decade. It never happens. They just don't draft. They don't draft. Yeah, everyone's putting LT. Yeah. I mean, so the point is like they don't do it. So, I mean, like, for me, it's like everyone's like Parsons. This damn belt. I got to put it down to the side. Actually, I'm not dog shit at Rocket League anymore. I've gotten better at Rocket League. Thank you very much. But the Giants don't pick. They don't draft linebackers. They don't in the first round. But then I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the options. I think that there's a chance, and I'm not saying I don't want Parsons. I know he set out this year due to COVID. I think it was due to COVID, but I know he set out this year. But for me, I really think the option right now, I've kind of let the Kyle Pitts thing go after we signed Rudolph. I've kind of let that go. For me right now, it's either Devontae Smith or we're going to attack that offensive line. and to continue to build on that. I don't think I don't think we're getting an edge rusher. I really don't. I just there's the options really are. It's fun because of the unknown. So let's get to our next guest here. We got Max Webster. What's going on, Max?
Nothing much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm good. First time on your channel. Nick asked me to come on, so I popped on.
Nick the Wig did?
Yes, he is.
That little sucker. Are you friends with him?
Yeah, he comes on he's not on my channel, but he comes and watches my videos every once in a while. He's a good supporter of mine. I appreciate him.
Oh, so you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's not really Giants centered. I have content creators on to kind of talk about stuff that they don't cover on their channel. So people like you always talk about the Giants. My channel is all about getting content creators on to talk about themselves, so that people who watch their channel can get to know the people that they watch better.
Wait a minute. Are you the one that asked me about the Discord?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm sorry. There was a guy that asked me about joining a Discord, and he was like, "I want you to be the centerpiece for the Giants fan base, and we're going to get all 32 teams. It's going to be great. Join our Discord." And I was like, "No, geek." But so no, I didn't know. But go ahead.
Yeah. It's just
what's your channel's name? Shout it out.
It's called my podcast is called Mic'd Up with Max Webster. It's still very small, so if you want to find it on YouTube, you're better off just searching Max Webster Podcast.
Hey, we all start out small and we grow into big, beautiful flowers on here.
Well, I didn't want to commit to anything huge, so I just do one episode a week, and I'm in a big transition in my life right now, so back and forth between places. So setting up, tearing down it's crazy sometimes, but I want to keep creating content, making podcast episodes, and making more connections and friends on YouTube. That's it,
Awesome, man. YouTube is a great place. Honestly, like I have met some really awesome people on YouTube. I really have. And I often think about if I would have never put myself out there, I would have never met some of the for me, like I've met some great Giant fans, made some great connections. And when I've been able to go to some of these games, like to run into these people and talk to them, like it's a lot of fun. And for me, like I'm hoping that the whole COVID thing and eventually goes away, because I feel like it's going to even grow even more for me. But so I know exactly what you're talking about, making connections on YouTube. It's what YouTube's all about. Yeah, fun creating those connections and just making life even better than what it is.
Right, and the other thing too is like I'm sure you're passionate about the Giants. I've seen your channel, but I'm sure it also can get a bit much to come on here and talk about the same thing all the time. So it's a break for content creators to be able to sit back and talk about themselves, get their minds off of what they talk about every day. So it's good for the people who watch you, and it's good for the content creator to come and get a break and just talk about life for like an hour or so.
Absolutely. So what did you want to come on here and say? Was that it?
No. I was coming on to say hey, and because I've never actually talked to you, but I kind of wanted to explain the Devontae Booker thing. I heard you talking a little bit about that. I don't necessarily think fans are upset about Devontae Booker. I think it was the matter of it was day one, and they were looking for something big, and they got Devontae Booker. Yeah. It wasn't that they were upset with the running back, because everybody knew we were going to get a running back, and we probably weren't going to get Gallman back.
So you're actually a Giants fan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So you're actually a big Blue fan. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've had so far all my guests on my podcast have been Giants fans. Episode 1 was Bobby Skinner from Talking Giants.
I got a beef with Bobby Skinner. I got a beef with Bobby. But go ahead.
I had Diggy, Chris the Entertainer, a whole bunch of so I had a whole bunch of people. So far it's all Giants fans, but I'm going to expand away from Giants as well and just have content creators from all different places, Twitch, whatever. But I heard you talking a little bit before I hopped in here, and you were saying now at 11 you're thinking either offensive line or Devontae Smith. Now let me ask you, would you rather have Smith than Waddle, or are you assuming he's gone before 11?
So I'm assuming that – so I think Chase will be gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Chase will be gone. And I think there's a chance that Waddle could be gone as well.
Okay.
And I think the Giants are going to have at least one shot, if not two shots, because two of them, to at least get one of them. I think we're going to have a shot to get one of them at 11.
Yeah.
Personally, I like Devontae Smith the most
over
And
Jalen Waddle.
I even over Chase.
Really?
I'm a big Devontae Smith fan. Yeah, I'm a huge Devontae Smith fan. I just think, obviously, look what he did in the national championship game.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable in the national championship game. He was spectacular. The you want to talk about a guy who the lights were the brightest and he came out and played. Now, obviously, I think Chase is, and they kind of said this same thing about Andrew Thomas, where Chase is the most NFL ready per se, like Smith. I think obviously they want to, put on some muscle, put on some weight kind of deal, right? Because, he's 170, 180 pounds soaking wet, but I feel like, to me, Devontae Smith is my favorite of the three.
Right.
Again, that's my personal opinion. But here's the thing. I don't know that. To me, I think there's a lot of people that think, because of what we've done so far with Golladay and Ross, that we're not going to get another receiver. And I think the truth about it is the Giants did not want to have a rookie receiver be the number one.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you can't draft one to eventually take over for like Sterling Shepard.
Right.
For
and
example.
that's where I come in with Jalen Waddle, because I think he's a better slot replacement for Shepard going into next year than someone like Devontae Smith. I feel like Devontae Smith is someone you'd want to play on the outside to replace someone like Darius Slayton, who we will still have for another couple of years.
And you could be right about it, because I got beat up last year because I really was high on Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
Granted, nobody cuts me a break with the fact that he played hurt most of the year. But we don't know if Darius Slayton can be a great number two.
Right.
We don't know that. We have no idea. I'm assuming that he will be, but we don't know that. So that's why I'm saying I don't feel like the receivers have the question. Now, I will say I do feel like that there are options in the second, third round for a receiver.
Yeah.
I think there's still the chance that we get one in this draft.
Absolutely.
So
somewhere I think we grab one, but my personal opinion, as much as I'd love Waddle, as much as I'd love Smith, I'm all in at offensive line at this point. I just haven't seen enough from our guards, and if Rashawn Slater there, I'm taking him. If not, and even if we got Jalen Waddle and Elijah Vera Tucker on the board, I'm probably taking AVT because I wanna invest in that offensive line going into next year. That's just my personal preference.
I've seen Slater being talked about. Obviously, I think he played tackle at Northwestern, but he's more projected to play guard in the NFL. So I've seen
and that's
that.
kind of what Dallas did with their guard too.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure that the Giants are where they stand with both their guards right now.
Yeah.
I think we're assuming that Shane Lemieux, I think right now Lemieux would play left, Hernandez would play right.
Really?
That's my guess.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but I feel like Hernandez is to the right, Lemieux's to the left, and then I still think Solder is going to be the swing tackle. But to me, Dave Gettleman is going to go out on his shield with Daniel Jones.
Right.
And he's shown that he's going to go out and get the pieces. He went out and got a Spitzer and Ross. He went out and got Kenny Golladay. He's obviously got Saquon. He went and got a sure-handed tight end in Kyle Rudolph so that Evan Ingram won't drop any more damn pass. Like Evan Ingram can okay, we don't need you in the red zone anymore, pal, because we got Kyle Rudolph. So he is going to make sure that Daniel Jones has every chance to succeed, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I will say this, because where else are the Giants going to go? Defense?
I don't know.
What are they going to do?
We'll probably pick up a D tackle somewhere in this draft.
Yeah,
if I had to guess, but it's not going to be in the first two rounds.
Absolutely. Well, I think that there's no question because Dave loves drafting that position. Yeah. He's shown that he loves getting those guys. I just don't see.
But
I'm going to tell you who I really like.
Let's go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the person I love, my favorite player in this draft is J.C. Horn. He's my favorite player. He's a cornerback out of South Carolina. I think he's the best cornerback in this draft. I get beat up for saying that too by some people. Some people think I think some people say Asante Samuel is, but J.C. Horn, he was one of my favorite players to watch last year in college. I watched him play a lot. He's obviously his dad played in the NFL. I just love J.C. Horn. He's like literally my favorite player in this. He's one of my favorite, if not my favorite player. So
Yeah.
I would geek out if the Giants was to draft him at 11. I don't think it's going to happen now because obviously they just got Adoree Jackson, but he's my favorite. But I guess some people are saying Parsons, but I don't know, man.
If we spent 3 days looking into Kenny Golladay and his character, do we really think we're going to take a chance on Parsons at 11?
Well, the Giants do have some coaches on the staff that were at Penn State with Parsons. So
but, I mean, they had Kyle O'Brien from Detroit too, and that didn't have enough weight. So that's just my opinion, right?
Yeah,
that's why I don't think Parsons is happening.
I just don't think Parsons is happening because the Giants don't draft linebackers first round.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times when I've thought the Giants were sure. I can't remember the guys or the players of the year, but there's been times that I swore up and down that the Giants were going to draft a linebacker, and it just never happened. So for me, I just don't see it happen because the Giants never do it.
Another reason I'm all in at offensive line is because I don't think enough people are talking about the fact that next year Will Hernandez is a free agent.
That's a good point.
So
who is? Do you have a player in mind, a name?
If Rashawn Slater is there, ideally I take him. If not, it's Elijah Vera Tucker for me is the next off the board. Beyond that, I might just take BPA at 11 and hopefully get Wyatt Davis in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just where I'm at. I also don't think the Giants coaching staff lost faith in Will Hernandez last season. If you ask me, Will Hernandez
went out with. Did?
I don't think they did.
Oh, you don't think they did?
Yeah, I think Will Hernandez went out with COVID, and Shane Lemieux slid in there. Right at that point, it was about the coaching staff learning what they had in Shane Lemieux. It wasn't about keeping Will Hernandez on the bench because they thought Shane Lemieux could play better, but they had already swapped them out. If you take Shane Lemieux back out when Will Hernandez is able to come back, you shake his confidence and you lose all ability to test what you have in a guard at the NFL level in his rookie season. So at that point, I don't think it was a matter of the coaching staff or the Giants organization pulling out on Will Hernandez. It was about learning more on Shane Lemieux and what they had in him moving forward.
I like Shane Lemieux also. Like I thought him playing. I don't think he was exactly ready when they asked him to play. He didn't have a choice. But for what he was and who he was, kind of deal. Like I thought he played pretty well. I do think that the Giants would like a little bit of more security there to protect Daniel because, Daniel here's the thing about Daniel that he has to prove in 2021. Daniel has to play 16 games. He has to play the full schedule.
Same for Saquon.
Saquon, I'll cut him some slack because he's a running back and they can take a beating. To me, a running back can miss a game or two. The quarterback has to play all year. The quarterback cannot miss a game. So one of the Eli Manning's greatest gifts that he gave the Giants that fans never gave him credit for was the fact that he was there every single game. And the fact is, I love to blame Evan Ingram for dropping the ball in Philadelphia and potentially costing us a playoff spot. But in addition to that, we can make the case that Daniel Jones getting hurt, whether obviously he didn't mean to get hurt, but the fact that he got hurt could have potentially be the reason why the Giants didn't make the playoffs as well.
Right.
Because they were finally gaining traction as a team. They were becoming a really good second half team. And then he went down, and then it's like all the momentum stopped.
Yeah.
All of it stopped. So, you can tell me all about how bad the division was. Don't care. Like either you're in the mix or you're not. Yeah. And the Giants were, and Daniel got hurt. And so, to Cowboy fans, Eagle fans, Redskin fans, or whatever you want to call them, they say, well, that's your fault. But the reality is it is true. Our quarterback got hurt. I know Dallas' quarterback got hurt too, but Daniel has not shown that he can play all season. He's also had issues that he has gotten better with as the year went on last year of turning the ball over, fumbling. If you put a really solid offensive line in front of him, his game is going to pick up. I feel like the reason why Aaron Rodgers basically became an MVP-like player again last year was because he had Pro Bowlers literally on the offensive line. I mean, his practically almost his whole offensive line were Pro Bowlers.
Right.
So the fact is, it's like Aaron Rodgers could sit in the pocket and do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it doesn't. One of the reasons why the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, their offensive line went to all hell in a handbasket before the big game. So, and obviously Mahomes, as special as he is, shown that you can't overcome that.
Right. And I do think this is the year that the Giants organization makes their decision on Daniel Jones, based on the way that they've done. Yeah. But with that being said, I don't think.
Take a look at.
My Alexa, I'm literally throwing Alexa out the damn window because she's nuts tonight.
I don't. With that being said, though, I don't expect him or think that he needs to have some type of MVP season with 50 touchdowns and 3 interceptions and 5,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Daniel Jones can prove to the New York Giants that in the moments like in the Tampa Bay game when we come back in the half that he cannot throw the interceptions there, like in the game with Pittsburgh when we were about to score and go up at the end of the game, that he doesn't throw the interception there. Like when people like Hassan Riddick come off the edge and surprise him, not every play like that is a fumble. It's going to be about the clutch moments when we need Daniel Jones to step up if he can make that play or not. And that's how they're going to evaluate.
Like the game that he fumbled it against the Cowboys, like that wasn't completely on him.
Oh yeah,
that was on Andrew Thomas completely missing the block, and Daniel got killed. Like that's going to happen. It's just the silly fumbles that you can't have. And to your point, Dave Gettleman and Daniel Jones are both in a boat that is either going to sink or swim this year.
Yeah,
or I'm sorry, float or sink. Like it's either going to float or it's going to sink and if it sinks, then both quarterback and general manager are both gone. I think
Jason Garrett's gone either way.
Yeah.
I think if this year we have a
great
offense.
I think if Jason Garrett, if the Giants have a really good year, Jason Garrett will get a head coaching job.
Right. And if it's a really bad year, then he gets fired. So I see correct. Jason Garrett gone either way.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can 100% agree with that. Jason Garrett will probably not be there in 2022. I can agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
But
Max,
look, man,
thank you.
I appreciate
you for joining me. I was good to talk to you, man. Come see me anytime I'm live, and right, I will when I get done with my stream. I'll come and subscribe to your channel.
I appreciate it, man. You got a Twitter?
Copizzle.
Okay, I know Nick has been ringing my ear to try to get you on the podcast, so I'll hit you up on Twitter and we can work something out.
I appreciate it, man. Take care, Max.
All right, you too, man.
Awesome. Cool to see Max. Here's a wait. I see you down there. Stop waving at me. I'll get to you in a second. What's up, Bradley?
Yo, what's going on, P. Zezel? How you doing, man?
I know. I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Hey, just trying to make a living nowadays.
Are we still with that girlfriend?
Oh yeah, we're still strong. It'll be six months this Saturday. Still strong.
Yeah, hey, well, that means you better be 60 minutes on Saturday. That's what it means to me. 6 months equals 60 minutes.
Long.
Woo! What's up, Bradley?
Hey, man. Honestly, I've been shocked by some of these moves that we made in free agency. Kenny Golladay, Kyle Rudolph. I mean, I was
shocked
getting kind of
a good way.
Oh yes, definitely a good way, because I never expected Kenny Golladay, but wow. Okay. I get it. I'm all right. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's okay, bro. It happens.
Hey. Well, anyway, I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Kenny Golladay is going to be doing this year. I mean, I don't know if he'll have a year like Randy Moss will have, but we'll see.
All right. Let's hope he has a better year than Randy Moss.
I'm actually hoping that what was it, the year he had in 2007, he had 50 touchdowns or whatever it was, or like 24 receiving.
Yeah.
I hope that gets shattered this year.
Okay. I hope Kenny Golladay scores 100 touchdowns this year. 100.
Let's go for it.
I mean, let's just go for why not shoot for the moon? Kenny Galladay to the moon.
All the way, and the DJ to KG all day, man.
That's right, man. Bradley, thank you for joining me. 60 minutes on Saturday for 6 months. I got faith in you. You can do it, Bradley. Dig deep and find a way. That's right. That's Bradley. Bradley is a character. You want to talk about a character? Here's one right here.
Hey, how you doing?
Bobby, what's up, man?
Good. The Giants are going to kick ass this year.
Are we feeling pretty good?
Yep. I love Kelly Galloway. He's a great receiver. And then we got that Ross guy from Cincinnati Bengals. That's good.
Okay.
Yep. And then we got defensive players. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
We did great on free agency. I think we did.
How are you?
Do you agree?
Of course I agree, Bobby. How are you doing, though? How are you?
I am doing great. Spring is here. I hate winter. Winter is over. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. April 1st, baseball season starts. Yes.
Yeah. Yankee fan? Are you a Yankee fan, right, Bobby?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What are the Yankees going to do this year?
I think they're going to have a good year.
They're going to take it all the way?
I hope they do. They better not screw up like they did last year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out today. 70 degrees today.
Wow.
How was your area down there?
We actually had a really bad storm. We had we had hail. Luckily there was no tornado, but we had some hail. We had some hail that was I mean they were like quarter size
big stuff.
Big stuff. I mean stuff that it hit your car, it hit something that makes it
big.
Really big stuff. Like you wouldn't want to get hit with it.
No.
I mean it would have made me smarter if I got hit with some of the some of
me too,
things,
probably,
But I mean, I didn't want to chance it. But
how's our friend doing, Nicole? You talked to her.
I think Nicole's doing good.
I miss her.
Listen, Bobby, she's a wild one. There's just some
I don't
women.
Care.
Listen, there's some women in the world that you just got to be careful around.
I don't care. I like her. I don't care how wild she is.
She's a.
I can handle her.
I don't
she
know
likes
if you can,
me.
Bobby.
She likes me though.
But Bobby, I don't know if you can handle her.
I think I could. I could do 60 minutes. I'm a 60-minute guy. Trust me. Yes. Hey, what are you laughing about, Smiley? You're crazy. So it's nice to see you back. I missed you for a long time.
I've missed you too, but I appreciate the confidence.
Yes.
You know, I mean, a guy has to have a little bit of an ego to say that 60 minutes is in his repertoire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna pull that out.
Yes.
So I like the confidence.
I have the confidence. I love Nicole. I think she's beautiful.
Okay. Well,
she is gorgeous.
Well, I'm glad.
How's your baby doing? He's doing good.
I'm telling you what, I've got the best kids in the world.
Yeah, I know.
My kids. My little girl, she is a maniac. She's awesome. She's gonna be spectacular. She's already beautiful, but she's gonna be I think she's gonna be so damn smart. My son is a monster. We actually he's a monster. Well, he's a good-looking boy, but we actually took him to get he had to go to for a checkup yesterday. He went to a 9-month checkup. And they told me, so the doctor says, well, he's in the 95 percentile for height.
Yeah.
He's 9 months and he's already basically wearing 18-month clothing. Like he's always twice the size he's supposed to be. And so I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, do I got me a little athlete here or what?
That's like Bad Dog's kid too. Bad Dog kid is growing.
I'm like really nervous about this because I'm like, shit, like he's going to have that dog in him. Like I'm going to put that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a rascal. He's going to be feisty little thing. But hopefully he's got some skill to him and hopefully he's as big as what they're saying he's going to be. So it's great, man. Kids are tough. 1 to 2 is like a big.
My daughter's 14.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's in high school.
It was easy raising one kid, but 2 kids, it's like my hands are full. Everyone's like one. Everyone's like, "Hey, Pizzle, come on YouTube." I'm like, "Damn, my hands are full."
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm blessed. I couldn't be more lucky to have my kids, man. Like they're the best, and I can't wait to. Hopefully, I'm still doing YouTube, and they're part of my channel, man. So, and hopefully they'll love John's football.
They're cute. They're cute kids. I like your kids.
I thank you so much, Bobby. It means
How's
a
your
lot.
wife doing? She's doing good.
Baby doll's doing great. I mean, she's just a superstar. She puts up with me.
Oh, you're a nice guy.
Imagine being with Pizzle every single day. I mean, the intensity.
It's nice. Cop Pizzle, you're great. Don't say anything.
Well,
you do good.
We have our good days. We have our bad days.
Are you going to do this next week too?
I don't know. I might. I just wanted to reconnect. I wanted to come back on YouTube, do a little live stuff.
I miss you a lot.
Some people have been claiming for it, been hollering about it. So I said, shit.
Yeah.
Let's get on here and get live with it.
Okay.
So, Bobby, it was good to talk to you, man. You look great.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you too.
You look awesome.
I try. I got a haircut again.
I know. It looks good, Bobby.
I have the same one I had before.
Matter of fact, tomorrow, I'm going to text Nicole and tell her you're looking for her.
Yeah, tell her I miss her so much.
Okay. I'm going to do that, Bobby.
Okay, you have a great night.
Have a good night, Bobby.
Okay, you too. Bye, guys.
Love, Bobby. Yeah, I mean, Sabrina, yeah, how can they not be Giant fans? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Anyways, it's always great to come on here and mix it up with people. I don't see anybody, though. Have you guys seen anybody that you seen any geeks come on tonight? Bobby said he was a 60-minute man. If you think Bobby's a 60-minute man, put F in the chat. Put F in the chat if you think Bobby's a 60-minute man. I want to see if anybody else believes that Bobby's a 60-minute man. This I got to see. I mean, he might be. Some guys will surprise you. Some guys will surprise you. Frankie G says, not there yet. Not there. I'm seeing some double Fs. Does double F mean? I mean, is that like fuck yeah? Is that what? I mean, what does that mean? Zach's 69-minute man, or maybe Bobby's a 69-minute man. Okay. They deserve 60 minutes, guys. They deserve 60 minutes. It's important. It's a philosophy. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. So, like, you ever at the you're at the red light. Somebody's honking. It's not even green yet. They're not 60-minute men. They got no patience. Let it turn green before you honk at me. Let it happen. Let it take place. Okay. He's in love with Nicole. Well, let me tell you what, there's a lot of guys on here that are for sure 60-second guys. No question about that. There's no question about that. No question. I don't know. I can't speak if my 9-month is a 60-minute man yet. I don't know. Oh man. No, Kelly Cowboy. I had a bad night the other night playing Madden. It was a little rusty. Just didn't do very good. And we took a couple L's. But we stayed in the fight till we got our dubs. We stayed in the fight. We absolutely stayed in the fight. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you joining me live tonight. I had a lot of fun chatting it up. I'll try to do some more. You guys are the best. Appreciate it, Tornado. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support. Going to be putting out some more content, some videos, try to do some more lives for you guys. So you guys have a good rest of your night. Let the geeks know that Pizzle was looking for them and they were nowhere to be found. And so, as always, as you know, champ is here. And go Big Blue. Guys, have a good night. Woo!